Hello everyone, welcome back. Are we on part 18? I think we are. Let's go see Medley. Oh, whoops. if we ever get there. Where am I? Where am I going? Not here. Is that where we came in? Yeah, I think so, right? Oh, bloody hell. Oh. This looks good. Ah. Just in the middle of it. Alright, let's see. Ah, kite kureta desu ne. So just a noise, and then kite kureta, you know, you kind of, you know, did the favor. You know, you came for me. You did me the favor of coming. Didn't you? Sumimasen. Konna kiken na tokoro ni o yobi shite shimatte. Yeah, this is quite common. I feel like you will apologize first, and then you will kind of leave an unfinished sentence explaining what you're sort of apologizing for. It might be actually that you basically want to flip this round. You might want to. It's kind of like she's apologized first, and then, kind of as an afterthought, added this bit on, I think. Ideally, you would start here and end it with sumimasen. I think. That might be the way to think of it. So let's do that. So she's saying, Konna kiken na tokoro ni. So to this much of a dangerous place, or to this kind of a dangerous place, or to such a dangerous place, you know. Yobu is to kind of summon or to call. You know, like to call for someone, or to ask for someone to come or whatever. I guess it can also mean to call someone by a certain name as well. But yeah, obviously not that in this case. And she's put an honorific because she, you know, speaks kind of proper Japanese, and she's, you know, she's considerate and, you know, polite in her language. So oyobi shite, yeah, just basically just a polite form. And then shimatte, just meaning that she kind of didn't want to have to. It's just that undesirable kind of verb suffix thing that you can do, you know, or yobi shite shimao. But she said shimatte because ideally she would have apologized at the end, sumimasen, and it would read, you know, sorry for undesirably calling you to such a dangerous place. But she's kind of flipped it round. She's apologized first, and then kind of, I think, almost as like an afterthought, she's decided to clarify what she's apologizing for. So the order's a bit muddled up, but that's very common in Japanese. Like if I were to be late to work, I might say gomen nasai, you know, okurete shimatte, you know, or I could flip it round, you know, okurete shimatte, you know, gomen nasai or moshiwake gozaimasen, depending on how polite I kind of need to be or whatever. Mukashi wa koko mo, I think this is waki mizu ga tamatta kirei na ike dattan desu yo. Mukashi just meaning long ago, right? Sorry, so regarding long ago. Koko mo, this place also. Waku, I believe, is basically to well up. Let me just look that up just to be sure. Yeah, to well up, to gush forth, to spring out, etc. So waki mizu. So I guess that might actually be a noun. Together, waki mizu. Yeah, spring water. Okay, spring water. There you go. Yeah, waki mizu. So spring water ga tamaru. So that's the intransitive. So water just kind of, stored up. It just kind of built up, collected up. And kirei na ike. So, kirei means like, kind of, clean, pretty, beautiful kind of thing. And then ike is just a pond. And then datta, just past tense with explanatory language. And then des, because she's nice, I guess. And then yo, just, I don't know, man. Just kind of adding a bit of... Yeah, just, I don't know, man. It just adds force, doesn't it, basically? It's just like, she's telling us that it was a beautiful pond in the past, Yeah. And then desu ga, varu sama ga ano you ni nararete kara. Okay. So desu ga just meaning like, but. Most people would probably say danga. But, she's nice, right? So she's going to say desu ga. Varu sama ga ano you ni nararete kara. So from Valu, kind of, I suppose, that way was become. Now that's a really weird ending. I said was become because that's kind of passive. It's like it's weird, man. It doesn't work in English, this passive. I have, how would you make passive? I have become, that's intransitive. I have been become is kind of how you would say it. But anyway, it's not really, it's just passive because passive is more polite. It's not sort of blaming Valu for becoming a certain way. It's saying that Valu has been made to become a certain way. It's just a bit more polite. It doesn't accuse intent on the part of Valu who's, become this way. Anyway, it's just more polite, basically. I believe. So it's like from when Valu has been become that way, or, much less literally, since Valu has been the way that he is. Kono ike mo ochite kita iwa de sui myaku ga fusagare goran no you ni. And then I think there's just more information that may come in the next text box, but that may not. But yeah, kono ike mo, so this pond also. Ochite kita iwa de, so due to a boulder, iwa is like, well, boulder or rocks. Due to a boulder which has, ochite kita, it has come falling down. It has come down from the ceiling, I guess. It has fallen come. And sui myaku, I guess, is just like the... I think myaku can mean the word vein. So I guess it's like these little kind of, like veins, if you like, in the rocks that water kind of, it's like naturally formed kind of water pipes, cracks through which water comes and stuff. Let me just look that up. Sui myaku. Oh, you do say there is, the water vein is a thing. I didn't realize that. But yeah, sui myaku, water vein. Ga fusugare. Fusagu. Sorry, did I just read that wrong? Fusagu. Fusagare. I might have read it wrong. Fusagu is to block, I guess. Is that intransitive? One second. All I'm getting is kanji. I don't really understand. Fusagu. Why am I not getting verbs? Oh, there we go. Oh no, it's transitive. It is transitive. So fusagu. So the rock is fusaguing, is fusaideruing the water. But obviously here this is passive because the sui myaku, the water veins, are being fusugarerud. They are being blocked. And then goran no yoni, just as you can see. And then, I don't know if we're going to get more information. Let's just see. No, we're not. So she's just kind of ended. She's like, as you can see, and then hasn't finished the sentence, which is obviously like, something like, as you can see, the pond is, it's run dry. It's, whatever information she was going to say. As you can see, it's no longer as it was, sort of thing. Sore yori, so than that, more importantly than that, Komori-sama genki deshita, Prince Komali, his name is in English, isn't it? Komali, Prince Komali. Was he genki? Was he kind of energetic? Was he healthy and lively? Was he good? No. And then, sonna hazu nai desu yo ne. So sonna hazu is basically, that kind of sonna hazu. Just sonna hazu nai. Just basically, yeah. It's like there should not exist. Like basically, that should not be the case. But I don't know how to really work with these individual parts to express that. But yeah, basically just that should not be, yeah, there does not exist such an expectation, I suppose, that should not be the case. And then desu just just basically, kind of saying, am I right, sort of thing. That should not be the case, should it? Kind of thing. Komori-sama ga aa natte shimatta no mo watashi ni mo sekinin ga aru no kamoshiremasen. Nah, you're good. Don't worry about it. Komori-sama ga, so Prince Komali, aa natte, is just like, this is basically the same as ano yo ni. So as we saw before with Valu, she said ano yo ni nalalete. She used passive for politeness. But is just basically the same. It's like ano yo. Basically, I feel like ano yo, because you've said ano, you need a noun with it. Because you need to have a noun to connect nose to. Ano yo, kono hon, sono hazu. You need a noun to put it on. But this is kind of the form without a noun. You don't need a noun to connect it to. So whereas before she said, I translated it poorly for this explanation now, actually. She said that way before. If you think of ano yoni as that way, since Valu became that way, now you can think of instead as just that. Like that. Now there's not a noun in there. So it's the same, basically. Just one needs a noun, the other doesn't. Natte, so became, like that. Shimatta, just undesirably, so undesirably became like that. No more. This is kind of a nominalizer. So this is saying Prince Komali, or rather, Prince Komali's kind of undesirably becoming like that is also, that's what Mo's doing here. I always wrote this wrong. I think that strokes first. So yeah, Prince Komali's undesirably becoming like that is also watashi ni mo, kind of within me also, I suppose, or to me also. Sekinin ga aru just means like responsibility or perhaps blame in this case. Sekinin ga aru no kamoshiremasen. And kamoshiremasen, as I've said before, kind of just translates most of the time very well to probably. So we'll just see it as probably. So I am also to blame possibly for Prince Komali's becoming like that. Probably. Komori-sama no oba-sama wa Varu-sama no mae no otsuki de. And then we've got more information to come. Oba-sama. So Prince Komali's grandmother Sama. So kind of showing a lot of respect to her here. and then just bringing her up as the topic with wa. Velu-sama no mae no otsuki de. She was Velu-sama's previous attendant, and is kind of what De's doing. There's going to be more information coming. Watashi no sonkei suru... nani kore? That's not... what is... this isn't kyo-shi, is it? No, it's shi something. Shishu? Dattan desu. Alright, give me a second. I've got to look this up. It's not what I said. Oh, I was close though. Shisho dattan desu. So I think actually that Dare was just saying... well, I don't know, it was just kind of linking the sentences, really. Or kind of saying... kind of maybe the Dare in the previous text box was acting like as Velu-sama's previous attendant, she was, is what Datta's doing here, she was... Shisho is like a master. I guess one's kind of personal master in kind of a way. One's personal sort of sensei, basically, I suppose. And she was, you know, one who I respect. Sonkei is respect, and sonkei suru is just the verb there, to respect. So yeah, as Velu-sama's previous kind of servant or attendant or whatever, she was my... she was a teacher whom I respected, I suppose, or whom, yeah, that sort of thing. And then un again for explanatory language, and des for politeness. Shisho wa Velu-sama no otsuki toshite dake de naku, yasashisa to yuki o motta sugureta kata deshita. Okay. So now she's saying Shisho wa, so my master, my teacher, my sensei, you know, the Velu's previous attendant, Prince Kamali's grandmother, wa Velu-sama no otsuki toshite dake de naku. This is basically saying, as Velu-sama's attendant, you know, only not, or rather not only, kind of in reverse, not only as Velu-sama's attendant, you know, she didn't respect her only for that reason. Yasashisa to yuki o motta sugurete kata deshita. Wait, is that even right? No, I don't think that's right. It's not saying why she respected her or anything. It's just saying she was not merely Velu's attendant. She was an extraordinary... Sugureru is to excel, I believe. Sugureru is to be... to surpass, to outstrip, to excel. Yeah. So she was an excellent, I suppose, an excellent person who had, I suppose, yuki is courage, and yasashisa is kind of, you know, kindness, gentleness, consideration, you know, niceness for others and stuff. I often kind of let the kids win when I'm teaching like English to the kids. I come up with random stupid little rules that help them win, or like if we're playing a dice game, I will roll a 1 on purpose by just sliding the die across the floor and stuff. And they will often say, yasashi, like the adjective form with an e at the end. So yasashi. They'll say yasashi because I'm letting them win. I want them to win. I'm being like nice to them. So yasashisa is just, I believe we've seen this already. If you change the e into a sa, you basically change it into a noun, or the amount of that adjective. So kindness, the amount of kindness, or just the noun kindness. Yeah, anyway. Ima no watashi wa sonna shishou no ashimoto ni mo oyobimasen. Okay, interesting. So ima no watashi, the current me. Basically, the now me. Now's me. Sonna shisho no. So, you know, such a sensei's ashimoto. Kind of, ashimoto is one's... Ashimoto is one's... is where you step. That's like where you, like, basically, well, there's... You'll often hear, like, ashimoto gochui kudasai around, like, airports or, like, on the, at train stations, because it's saying, like, watch your step. Be careful of where you step. So I better look this up. I mean, obviously she's kind of saying, maybe it's saying I'm not even at the point where she started her journey, you know. Maybe it's something like that. At one's feet, underfoot. I don't know. Sonna shisho no ashimoto ni mo. So even to, or inclusive of her maybe at her feet, even at her feet, I do not reach, is kind of... Is this a height thing? Is it saying, like, I don't even stand as high as her... as where she stood, maybe? It's like, I don't compare at all, is basically the idea, isn't it? And oyobu is to spread to... Oh, to reach, to amount to... It also means to, like, kind of, to span, I believe. No, what? What's up with this? I don't know, man. Anyway, there you go. To reach, to amount to. So she doesn't even amount to where her feet touched, you know. She just, I'm nothing compared to her, basically. Mo skoshi... しっかりしていたら子守様も安心できたはず. So もう少し a little more, basically. It's kind of in reverse. A little more. もう少ししっかりしていたら kind of... How do you translate しっかり? It just means like more secure, more, you know, secure, hard, you know, sturdy. How do you... Shikari. Shikari shite itara. So if I can, or when I have, you know, been a bit more sturdy, when I've got my bearings, when I've pulled myself together a bit more, kind of vibe. Komori-sama mo anshin dekita hazu. Hold on. Oh, okay. No. This isn't when I have. This is if I had, I think. Because we've got past tense here. Dekita hazu. So Prince Komali also, anshin is to kind of, you know, be relieved, calmed, not troubled. And then dekita is, you know, past tense, to have been able to, I suppose. I should have been able, yeah. And then, sorry, hazu at the end for an expectation. So I should have been able to, you know, calm also Prince Kamali if I had been a little bit more, you know, a bit more together, a bit more strong, a bit stronger, basically. Yeah. Omae-san ni onegai ga arun desu. So to Mr. Omae, a wish exists, or I have something to ask, basically. Kono saki no ryu no yama no hokora ni ikitai no desu ga, ano gake no takasa made watashi hitori de wa totemo something. Kono saki, so beyond this point, basically further ahead than, you know, where we both are, or where we've come. So we've come from out of Dragon Roost, whatever, the Rito's home, right? We've come out of there, and this is Konosaki. This is beyond this point. It's further. No Ryu no Yama no Hokora. So Dragon Mountain's shrine. To ikitai, so it is desirable to go to Dragon Mountain's shrine, or I want to go, less literally. No desu ga, just explanatory, and then this desu ga, just again saying sort of but, allowing a bit of uncertainty into the sentence, because that's just very common in Japanese. I want to go, but. Actually, it might not actually be that here. I think she's actually saying but, so she can then give reasons. Ano gake no takasa made. So, until the height, takai is high, takasa is height. So until the height of that cliff, gake is cliff, or whatever, you know, cliff, I suppose. It's kind of a cliff, isn't it? It's, it has a top, and it has like a wall. So it's kind of a cliff, I guess. Watashi hitori dewa totemo. So I, as one person, or I, you know, alone, basically, hitori de wa. So regarding, this kind of contrasts it maybe with the two of us. So it's saying like, as one person, it's very, and I guess she's going to say, you know, I can't do it, or whatever. So as one person, it's very, and then she's, maybe this is the end of the sentence. Umaku kaze ni noretara toberu to omon desu. No. So that last sentence she just didn't finish. She just said totemo, and then maybe like, I don't know, muzakashi, muri, you know, she can't do it, whatever. The information was implied. She can't do it on her own. And now she's saying, umaku kaze ni noretara toberu to omon desu. So sort of well, basically, is umaku, or effectively. Kaze ni noretara, kind of, if I can ride, or when I can ride, or when I am able to ride on the wind, effectively. Toberu is to be able to fly, or maybe to be able to, you know, to jump up to. Maybe. Toberu to omon desu. So I think I can, you know, kind of make it if I'm able to ride the wind effectively. Dakara. So, I don't know what dakara is here. It might just be saying... Maybe it's saying therefore, rather than because. Maybe it's like therefore. Or so, or from that conclusion it logically follows that, yeah, I don't know, man, maybe it's just that. Tetsudatte moraemasen ka? Tetsudao is to help, and this is just, you know, morao is to receive, and this is potential negative polite form. So, you know, cannot I receive your helping? Of course, iyo. So iyo just means, yeah, that's cool, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely, no problem. And then yada is a shortening, I believe, of iyada. Iya means like to be dislikable, to be disagreeable, to not want, to yeah, basically. And then the da at the end is just a declarative, and yeah, you just get yada, shortened from iyada. You often hear kids in supermarkets, like when they're having little tantrums and stuff, they'll just be going like, yada, yada, because they don't want to do whatever they're having, you know, whatever they're being made to do. They're yada. They don't want to do it. Arigatou gozaimasu. So, a noise and then thank you. Ja, watashi o katsui de. So with that decided, katsugu is to shoulder, I guess, to sort of lift in a certain way. To carry on one's shoulder. Yeah, basically, yeah. Watashi o katsui de, so, you know, lift me up. And then the sentence wasn't finished. Ano gake no ue ni mukatte nagete kudasai. So that cliff, well, that cliff's top to face, and then please throw. Nageru is to throw, or nageru. How do you intonate that? Nagete kudasai. Nageru. Nagete, I don't know. Tada, kono basho wa kiryu. Let me just look that up. Yes, Kiryu, okay. Kiryu ga midalete te kazamuki ga kawaru no de chui shite kudasai. So tada, just meaning like, however. Kono basho wa, this place, and then regarding. Kiryu ga midarete te. Kiryu is just, just the atmosphere flow sort of thing, I guess. Air current, as it says, the airflow. Airflow. Ga. Midareru is to be chaotic, to be muddled up, to be just chaos. And that's a verb. So yeah, midarete ite, they exist being muddled. Yeah, they are muddled. And then kazamuki. I may not have mentioned this before, but some words that end in e, for some reason become a when combined with other ones. So instead of being kaze muki, like you would expect, it becomes kazamuki, I hope. Some of them kind of do that. It's quite interesting, but yeah, kazamuki. Like else, I saw one yesterday, like sake, the word for alcohol. You may notice that the word for like a bar in Japanese is izakaya, not izakeya. It takes the kanji for sake. Now that's quite unrecognizable actually as a word, because the word is sake usually, but when you put an e before it, it would become izake, yeah. But yeah, it doesn't become that either. It becomes izakaya, izakaya. I don't know how to intonate it again, but there you go, izakaya, and that's the word alcohol in the middle. Sake, izakaya. It's kind of weird. So kazamuki ga kawaru no de, so the wind direction changes, so, and then chui shite kudasai, please kind of pay attention to, or yeah, please be aware of that. Be careful of it, I suppose. Sa, watashi wa daijoubu desu. So now I'm okay, like I'll be fine, I guess. Enryo shinai de omoikiri yacchatte kudasai. So enryo is to be kind of reluctant, I suppose, to be reluctant to do something, to kind of consider others, and therefore to refrain from acting in certain ways. I recently learned a word at one of my schools, which is enryo no, sorry, that was quite long, enryo no katamari. And katamari is basically just a lump. It's just like a mass of stuff. It's just, it's stuff. It's just a mass of stuff. And so an enryo no katamari is a mass of reluctance. And it's basically all of the sort of like chocolates and things that are sort of free for the taking at school. Things that parents may have brought, to thank us for doing, whatever. But everybody refrains from taking it because no one wants to, everyone's leaving it for everyone else. So it becomes a mass of reluctance. No one's taking these treats because everyone's leaving it for everyone else. So, I'm going to take them, basically. If no one's eating them, I'm going to take them. But, yeah. So enryo is to, like, refrain or to be reluctant to do. And she's saying, do not do that. Do not refrain. Do not hold back. And then omoikiri, which I guess is just, with all one's strength, with all one's heart. Yeah. Just omoikiri, just, Can you hear that announcement? I don't know if you can hear that announcement outside. It's quite annoying. Anyway. Hopefully I'm louder than it, even if you can hear it, so it should be alright. So yeah, just, with all your strength, yacchatte kudasai. It's quite funny that she's saying chatte, because that feels like an undesirable thing. yachatte. It's like, yeah, maybe it's like because she doesn't want us to have to do this, but we do. She's saying, please, while it's a shame, please throw, me with all of your strength. I'm ready. Go! Arigatou gozaimasu. So just, obviously, thanks. 私、これから竜の山のバルー様に会おうと思います。So I, from here or from now, 山の竜のバルー様に, so to Valu, Mr. Valu, or whatever, Lord Valu of Dragon Mountain, 会おうと思います. This is volitional followed by omoimasu or omo, which basically just expresses one's intent. So, I plan to meet. I think I will meet. I think I have sort of determined to meet him. So it's very much expresses sort of determination to do something. I think, and think doesn't really have the uncertainty in some cases that is implied in English. Like you don't. I don't know. It kind of means I think in the sense of my mind is set on doing something. So it's kind of doubling up, I suppose. It's like I am thinking. My mind is occupied with the thoughts of, endeavouring to meet, Valu or whatever. Basically, I'm going to meet Lord Valu now. Daijoubu, she's probably. Wait, isn't that a thing in English? I was going to say, I think she's telling herself that it's okay. But I think she does say that in English, actually, doesn't she? So, daijoubu, it's like, it will be okay, or whatever. Watashi mada otsuki toshite wa minarai dakedo, skoshi wa Varu-sama no kotoba ga wakaru kara. So, I still, otsuki toshite wa, as an attendant, minarai dakedo, I'm still an apprentice, but skoshi wa, only a little, kind of, or a little, Varu-sama no kotoba ga wakaru kara. Lord Valu's words become clear, or I understand Lord Valu's words a little. And then kara, I think, just saying, referring back to the daijoubu, it's okay because I understand some of Lord Valu's language, even though I am still just an apprentice. Jishin wa nai desu kedo. So this is just self-confidence, and then nai to not exist. So, self-confidence does not exist, but. Moshi watashi ni nanika atte mo. So I guess this is just, even if there exists something to me, and that moshi is just another if. You can put moshi before conditionals. You don't have to. I really probably should start doing that, just to communicate to people that I'm giving them a conditional before I get to the end of the sentence. But yeah, you don't have to, but she has here. So, even if to me there is something, or, much less literally what's implied is even if something happens to me, Komori-sama no koto wa yoroshiku onegai shimasu ne. I'm not really sure about when to use this that much, but people will say this in a kind of a, be kind to, look out for, whoever's mentioned. So, Komori-sama no koto, Prince Kamali's business, please look out for, please take care of, please be kind to Prince Komali, maybe in my place if something happens. And then konna mono shika ageraremasen ga uketotte kudasai. Konna mono. So this kind of object. Have we seen shika? I think we have. But basically shika means sort of other than this kind of thing, I cannot give you. I cannot give you anything but this kind of thing. Shika needs a negative verb with it, or a negative verb, basically, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I can't give you anything other than this. But uketotte kudasai. Please, please take it. Please receive it. Thank you very much. That's precisely what I needed. Aki bean o teni ireta. So aku is to be open. Yeah, to be open, to be unlocked, to be open or whatever. So aki bean, it's an empty bottle. It's an open bottle. It has nothing in it right now. So it's an open bottle. Teni ireta, you entered into the hand an open bottle, an empty bottle. YZOX oni setto shite tsukau. Set it to YZOX and use. Mizu o kundari, iro na mono o ireru koto ga dekiru. So water. I guess kumu is to scoop. So yeah. So you can do things such as scooping water. And iro na mono o, so various items. Ireru koto ga dekiru. You can do the phenomenon of putting into, various objects. You can do the phenomenon of putting various objects into the bottle. Watashi ga ryu no yama ni itta koto minna ni wa naisho ni shite kudasai ne. So the phenomenon, I suppose, if you like, or well, I like, so I'm going to use it that way. The phenomenon of me went to Dragon Mountain. To everyone, naisho is secret. Ni shite. So please kind of, I suppose ni shite is like act. Consider it or act as if it's a secret kind of thing. And then kudasai, just please. So, keep my going to Dragon Mountain a secret from everyone. Futari dake no himitsu desu yo. Two people only's secret desu yo. Himitsu, just being secret. So it's our secret. It's only our two people's secret. Ja, ganbatte ittekimasu. So with that, ganbatte, I'll do my best, and go come. I will go come. I will go and come back. See you then. Oh man, I'm still not used to the... I might have to change Tears of the Kingdom so that it's like... I can't do it, man. I was going to say I might change Tears of the Kingdom so that my camera's inverted horizontally like it is here. So that I don't get used to a certain way over the other. I just have it on both. But then when I'm using like the Ultra Hand or whatever, I'm going to have to like do the right stick the opposite direction. I did it with Breath of the Wild. I had my X-axis camera movement inverted the entire time. So if I wanted to move something to the right, I did the C stick to the left. It was ridiculous. Or whatever way is the wrong way round, So I don't want to have to do that. I guess I'll just have to try not to get them confused. Anyway, mizu o bin ni ireta. So you entered into the bottled water. Kawaita mono ni kakete miyou. Kawaku is to dry, and that's intransitive, so something dries. For example, my towels right now are drying. I am not drying them. No one is causing them to dry. I am just letting them dry. So that's intransitive. So kawaita mono is just past tense. Something that has dried. An object that has dried. To, and then kakeru is basically to douse. In this case, like if you pour something onto anything else, you're kakeruing it. So you will often kakeru sauce onto, you know, food. You will kakeru, in this case, water onto dried things. Yeah. And there's loads of other uses of kakeru as well. But yeah, kakete mio. So this is, you know, let's try dousing it onto dried things. Which I guess we will do now. Maybe I'll get into Dragon Boy Shrine or whatever it's called. What is up with this, dude? Got to do the middle one, ain't you? Oh, very satisfying. Hop! Nice. So I'll just have to hope no one talks to me. Or maybe I can just leave it. Maybe I'll stop the... Eesh! Ah, damn. I'll stop the video before I enter. Oh man, this don't look good. Hoi! Damn. How are you supposed to do this then? That's just going to chuck it over, right? Oi! Is that... Do I even need to? Can I just jump? I don't think I can. No, dude. That's better. Man, that's really quite hard. Yeah, maybe I will leave it here then, actually. Yeah, we'll just run into the dungeon next time. Alright, cool. I'll have to watch to keep an eye on that volume as well, because I've noticed that rumbling seems to be quite loud. Compared to my voice, so... Alright, anyway. Thanks for watching. Like if you want. Don't if you don't. Sub if you want, don't if you don't. Thanks to my patrons. Hope it's been worth it, and I'll catch you next time.